Come and talk to me. I really wanna be here. Can I talk to you? Hey, what's going on, people? What is going on, people? How are we doing on this Friday afternoon, Christmas Eve? Merry Christmas to everybody in advance. This is your boy, the sixth man himself, KStylzz. And as you see on my stage left with the Randy Orton pose, it is the mad scientist,
the killer of all the legends out there.
Killer of legends. Hey, that sounds like a new. That sounds like a dope ass nickname. They already.
I've been thinking about that.
The killer means something. Hey, look, KOL. They were gonna call him KOL.
Okay.
Bad Mike Sports. Oh man, boy, how are we doing this evening? Shoot. But before we go ahead and get started, you already know what we do, Mike.
The
roll call. And we'll go ahead and get a few of these names out of here. I'm not going to be able to say everybody's name, but just know that we see everybody in here as we speak. We got Mr. Motivator in the building. We got Tev Sports and Gaming. We got Joseph Thornton. We got Dee, Eric McDowell, Asia Green, Isaac Crimes. We got Noah Tyndale. We got the homie Low Ski. We got Joe Houston. And we're going to go with V, Reggie C2K, and Clay Melton. What is going on, people? If I didn't say your name, we still see you out there. We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. So, Mike, what do we have for them today? We got something interesting we're going to be talking about.
Maybe.
No, you gotta do it like this. Maybe. What you got for him?
I asked the question not too long ago. What would you do with Matt Ryan, and how would you handle this situation, quote unquote situation, with the Atlanta Falcons? And I got some interesting comments, and I like to talk about it tonight. We're going to get to some other stuff, but this is really where I want to start. And you guys let us know how you feel about said comments. All right, so let's just start with this one. We're going to start with this one.
Robert Price said, I get rid of Matt Ryan ASAP. There won't be truly a change until we move Ryan. The Ryan era needs to be over, and we already in cap hell, whether we're paying him to play or move him. I just don't think there's any other teams willing to pick up his contract. Very interesting comment.
You want to put it back up? Do you want to dissect it? Or you just
okay. I was about to say, did you want me to say what I was going to do first before that comment?
Yes.
What I would do. Because I actually got numbers up here and I'm looking. It just, I'm just going to be honest with you. It will be rough to move him right now. I mean, like I said, if you look at, and what a lot of people don't realize is, even though it says dead money to cap savings, see, if he doesn't get the extension, we ain't got enough money to build this team this season. Unless you don't want to build a team for this next season coming up, I don't know what to say. Because what it says, it looks like 40 dead cap for next season. Well, that's the trade. Well, trade and cut regardless. You're looking at 40 dead cap and 8 million cap savings. And you already got a lot of roster spots that you need to fill. Like you said, you can extend, you can give him the extension, but somebody made a good point. Somebody made an interesting point. They was talking about add a new contract with void years, that little Taysom Hill loophole, that's something you could pull. You could pull off that if you need to. But that just be one of those cases where you can extend him and backload his money. So if you do decide to move on before the extension ends, you can already still have enough money to build this team. You can still get that young quarterback, and then if you feel like you can move on before the final couple years, you can move him before that money gets too high. But personally, like I said, just in order to build this team for the starting this upcoming offseason and the next offseason, I would extend them. But
okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. My thing is we gotta understand where the NFL is currently at the moment, and as far as the contract is concerned, there's a reason why Kansas City gave him all that money, and I mean it's Patrick Mahomes. That's what you're going to see in a lot of contracts coming up. You're going to see a lot of option years where not only the team. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna make one little small point about that Patrick Mahomes contract. A lot of people don't know that the Kansas City can get out of that contract after the 5th year of the contract. So he's really only getting paid for 5 years, and the rest of the years is optional. So it's not 10. It says 10 years, but it's really 5. All right.
That's essentially where all contracts are. People got to understand that's all contracts. You sign a 4-year contract is really a 2-year contract, because what you don't want to do as an organization is to give that player too much power. If he ends up getting hurt, you are stuck with a guy. If he signed a 4-year contract, he get hurt in the first year. Guess what? You got to pay him for the rest. The last 3 years. So you design out half of the contract. All right. So if it's a 2-year deal, if it's a 2-year deal, you essentially got a 1-year deal, i.e. Mike Davis. But Patrick Mahomes' contract is essentially a 5-year deal. So basically what that means, it's a 10-year deal, but $5 million, 5 year. But essentially what that means, after that 5th year, they can start renegotiating this contract so they can push some of that money to the front, backload that, and then they can start building. They can start building towards the future, building the defense, adding here, adding there. But this is the reason why you restructure contracts. That's why you extend. That's why you extend contracts, because after those, that just say for Pat Mahomes, it's a 10-year deal, but after that 5 years, you can start. Okay, let's see what we got. Where we at as a franchise? Do we want to stop right there? Start building a defense, or start adding to an offense? So that's what that means. So right now the Falcons are in a position where, all right, Matt Ryan is 36, 37. They have essentially 2 more years to decide where they want to go. And I believe they've already made that decision. This is the reason why I say the only way to truly do this thing the right way is to extend him. Even if we don't want it, even if he's going to be, I'm going to just say this, he's going to be here for 2 years, okay? But based on how this team develops the next couple of years is how long you're going to see it. So after the 2nd year, 2022, 2023, if the team has gotten drastically better overall, that's going to determine whether or not you're going to draft a quarterback in 2023 and possibly, bring in a guy. We don't know who these guys who's going to end up turning out. We probably got guys in college right now who ain't even really started. And, I know everybody is popular with guys like Ritter, Bryce Young, 2-3 years down the road. We don't know if a guy like Arch Manning, him coming to play, how he's going to develop. It's a lot of quarterbacks out. So what you don't want to do right now, especially how the quarterback scene is looking in college, if I were the Falcons, I wouldn't rush to get Matt Ryan because I don't see anybody. Everybody up here talking about Bryce, but Bryce is still young. We saw this story before. We saw this story before with quarterbacks. Quarterbacks start out hot in college, and in 2-3 years, they figure out what you're doing, how you play, and then they start making adjustments. You never get too high on quarterbacks in college. But like I said, what I would do, I would wait for a quarterback in college. I don't see not one quarterback that I would consider a franchise quarterback outside of this year, and that's Trevor Lawrence. That was it. All these quarterbacks I'm seeing now in college, I'm not taking that chance on them. These guys being the franchise quarterback. There's no way in hell I'm looking at Bryce Young right now and saying, all right, that guy's going to be my franchise. We've seen 1 year of a quarterback. If you see a quarterback, let's be honest, a franchise quarterback, not a quarterback that can be okay or above average or good, a franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterbacks are completely different from good quarterbacks. Excuse me.
That makes sense. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's not even a guarantee regardless. And you don't want to be put in a situation to where now all of a sudden you got what you want, but now you got what you want and it's not producing, and now you go with the hey big head, the hey big head face. Like, really? This is what I wanted. But what we always say is when you say build a foundation is just think of Matt Ryan as the sacrificial lamb right now. Just think of him as the sacrificial lamb for the next guy. So what you want to do is by tailoring the weaknesses of what's going on in this offense now that Matt Ryan may have, or what most people may think, you build off that. Like I said, you get an offensive line that's suited to protect him. You get wide receivers that's suited to do that. So when the new quarterback comes in, you already got those damn pieces.
That's the point right there.
Bam.
That's the point. Exactly right there. That's right there what I'm talking about. And that's what people fail to realize. Everybody's so damn worried about replacing the quarterback. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. Look, if you in your rookie year, you throwing 20 interceptions, you throwing 4 interceptions in one game, that's a problem. Okay? I don't give a damn how good you think this guy gonna be. If you're throwing 4 interceptions in your rookie year, that's a problem. I don't care how good you may think a guy is, whether it's Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, that's a problem.
Exactly.
You got to protect these guys. And like I said, it's a precursor for the future when your quarterback is doing that multiple times. Those are bad habits being formed. So that's why you got guys like Shanahan who's taking his time with his quarterback because he knows he's not ready. And he's just not throwing a guy out there because, I think we need to, liven up the fans, giving the fans something to cheer about. Justin Fields, does he have a live arm? Absolutely has a live arm. But what about the things up here?
The eyes. The process of information. Yeah. Because, like I said, you can process information in college, but like I said, when you're in the pros, it's a whole different mindset.
It's a whole different speed, a whole different concept, and a whole different mindset.
And if you don't put a whole bunch of pieces around to make that transition easier, now you get put in a situation where now you see Justin Fields damn near getting hurt every week because he's always getting hit, or you see where he's throwing games where he's throwing for 140 yards on average. What is that? Like I said, you complain about our offense right now. Are y'all gonna have that same energy if you put a situation like that to where a quarterback is not letting that up that many yards? Because if you bitch about one guy and then have the complete opposite energy for another guy, then that makes you look like a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I keep seeing comments like, "We need to do it before it's too late." Excuse me? Is damn football ending or something? Is football like, if this is the last year we're gonna ever see football all together?
no. I think what he's saying is before it's too late. I guess it said before he jumps off and joins another team. That's why I really think it means right there.
Or he just like I'm somebody better explain that to me because I'm having a hard time trying. What the hell you mean it's too late?
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks don't grow on trees. I thought we knew that already.
Right.
I mean, he had one of the best young prospects that we've seen in quite a while in Trevor Lawrence, and this motherfucker still didn't want nothing to do with football. He left. He tried to get his ass out of there. So, what do you mean by it's too late? So somebody better explain that to me. Like I said, what I don't understand what the hell is too late? What the hell are we waiting for? Are we waiting for another Michael Vick? Are we waiting for a Lamar Jackson? Are we waiting for Bryce, who we don't even know who he is right now? Mm-hmm. He got 4 all-star receivers, and most of those guys are seniors. Okay, let's just keep that real. All this bullshit about Alabama receivers, them motherfuckers are already goddamn seniors and juniors. These are well-seasoned wide receivers.
He said they already done graduated.
They done already graduated. He's throwing to well-experienced and well-developed wide receivers. Let's keep that real, okay? Let's keep it 100. Everybody said what he doing, but Nick Saban knew what he was doing as a coach and making it a lot easier for a young quarterback. Go ahead. I already know. Go ahead.
Oh, no. But if a lot of people know and how Alabama, Nick Saban does his programs, especially when he has overloads of talent, he redshirts from their freshman year. So they already know the offense by the time that second year when they're considered a freshman. When they're a redshirt freshman, they already seasoned in the offense. So by the time they get on the field, now they already dominate. Yep. This is the Alabama formula they've been doing for years. That's why it always seems like Alabama's always winning everything because they got freshmen that's coming in and already know the offense. Shirt freshman. Remember that. You're a red shirt freshman. That's really your second year in the offense.
So these guys are already they already seasoned. So that's why I say we got to be careful about what we see. You don't see things for surface value. You got to look under for what's really going on. And this is why we say even with a Matt Ryan, everybody's like, if we did not do the proper things, even let's just go back to Mike Vick. They had a plan for Michael Vick. We didn't just throw this young kid in there and just like, all right, go do it.
Hell no.
Chris Chandler was the starter. Chris Chandler was the starter.
Getting his ass whooped. Getting his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped for Michael Vick to come in and do what he had to do. And like you said, the plan was you wanted a brand new wave. Michael Vick was the new wave. Him and Algie Crumpler came in together, so you already had that chemistry right there. Now you could say, like I said, you could say, well, they could have added some more top receivers, but guess what they did? The identity of the team was we're going to run the ball. That was the identity. The DVD offense was run 70%, throw 30%. So that's why you didn't really see them get big major receivers like that, because the identity was running the ball. The identity was play defense. Like I said,
could
have Michael Vick been a better quarterback? Yes,
of course.
But he was in a system that made him shine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
they did the proper thing. They did the right thing by Vic. They didn't just throw him in the lineup and say, "Here, there you go, Rook. This is your team." Mike Vick had to actually learn. He had to prove himself first as a quarterback that he could actually handle certain things, and that's why I dropped the video yesterday where Keenan Forney pretty much he was saying it's like dude was chill. He was ready to go. He in the damn huddle, with chapstick, putting chapstick on. Like he was born for that moment. But not every quarterback is ready for it. Not every quarterback has the confidence of Michael Vick. I'm gonna tell you one thing I love about Vick. Ain't nobody had bigger nuts than Mike Vick on that field. I can say one person, probably one person, and that's Brett Favre. That motherfucker Brett Favre didn't give a damn who you were. He was playing that Vick. And ironically, both of them Falcons. So Falcons always do one thing. They draft confident quarterbacks. If you're not a confident quarterback, you ain't playing for this organization. Because they know you're going to get your ass chewed the fuck up by these fans. So you got to have big nuts playing for this team. Let's just keep it 100, bro.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, because if y'all looked at the history of Falcon quarterbacks before, well, you could throw around outside of Steve Bartkowski in the 80s, 70s, and 60s. Ooh, boy. You won't want to see that in today's game and age right there. So, yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, just do the proper upcomings. Like I said, you build the offense. You build the offense like where the coach's vision is at. You draft the quarterback that fits the offense. You can't just throw any quarterback in there. Now, if you think, okay,
we don't even know what he like. We haven't seen that. Let's be real. Do we really know what this offense is going to be for quarterbacks? Like, let's keep it up. We don't have the receivers. We have not seen the best of this offense and what this offense is going to be centered around. So what good is it to draft a quarterback, but we don't even know what the true identity of this offense is after 1 year? Can you really say what the identity of this offense is after we have seen no Julio? We haven't even seen Calvin Ridley in this offense. We haven't even really seen Kyle Pitts, him shine in this offense and what this offense is really going to be.
Yeah, man, we just seeing the Diet Coke version of Kyle Pitts right now.
Right. You're right. But like, we want to throw in a quarterback. Like we don't even know what this offense is going to be in its entirety.
Right.
So we got to calm down, figure out what this offense is.
Right.
And it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years to figure out what this.
See, they starting the trip now. This is bull. When I start trying to throw some facts in there, my camera won't go out.
Doing that. But like, we don't even know the true dynamic of what this offense can truly be. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say we gotta calm down. Like, calm down. Let's figure out what this defense is going to be. We got to figure out what his defense is going to be. We got to figure out what his offense is going to be before we like, okay, we need to get this position to play this and this and this.
Wait a minute, am I coming back in focus? All right, I'll be right back. Goddamn, I'll be right back.
A little speed. But yeah, like, we got to calm down and kind of figure out what this offense is going to be. Because like I said, the only thing that we do know about this team is that we can't run the ball consistently. We've had issues with the running game. The offensive line has been inconsistent. We don't know who the heck. Like, bro, we barely had wide receivers. So how after 1 year you can say, all right, this guy gonna fit our system? Motherfucker, we can't even score 30 points back to back. When is this team is scoring 30 points back to back? We up here talking about draft a quarterback. We don't even know what this offense is at the moment.
Hey man, shit. Like I said, if we can't score 30 points right now, I'd rather have a defense that won't give up 20 points.
Right. You know?
But yeah, let's go ahead and go into that comment you was talking about. Okay, what Atlanta Nation here said, seems to me that they don't look at the history of quarterbacks in general. They only look at the ones who pan and think that's the same could happen if you draft a quarterback. That is completely correct.
That's all. I love
well, what was the statistic that we heard? It was 120 quarterbacks that got drafted since 2000.
2000, yep, about 2000.
120 quarterbacks. Yeah. And about
like
40% of them, and I think they said it was like about 43% of them was in the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that 43%, only really 10% of them panned out.
Mm-hmm. That's a bad.
So
that's bad.
So so yeah.
So
the main thing we say is we don't know. We don't know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to this. Let's see. Robert Price said, "I get rid of Matt Ryan ASAP. There won't." Okay, let's break this down. I get rid of Matt Ryan ASAP. There won't be a true change until we move from Ryan. So basically, what Ed's saying is the 13-year gig is up. This is what he's saying. The 13-year gig.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'm just tired of looking at him right now. We already in cap hell when we're just paying him or play him to move on." He's right. I mean, he's cap hell. Like I said, the extension is only gonna push back the cap hell.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I would rather push it back to bring in pieces. And who knows? Maybe by extending him too, you can still get your quarterback. You don't damn know. You ain't even played that possibility.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, you got guys who's currently under contracts. Their contracts could expire and free up even more money.
Mm-hmm.
Such as a Debo, such as a 4-year.
Right.
Eric Harris and all those guys gonna be free agents. So like we gotta think like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't just say, all right, we need to get rid of this guy. Get rid of him now. Because what get rid of him now does is cause even more problems.
Right. Because remember, he's under contract till 2023, and we only got 13 million in cap space.
And that's just based on this year. The next year is going to go up to about 20. They're going to have about $28 million. So that's just based on this year,
right?
Right now, and that's I don't base the salary cap on this year. I base it on what we got next year. What we have next year is $28 million. Okay,
right.
If we extend Grady, if we extend Matt Ryan, possibly we could come up to somewhere between $40 million, somewhere in there. And again, we got guys that we can possibly cut, add a little here and there, but that's still the Falcons got to do. No, they got to make some. They got to make some decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this isn't just one thing you got to know about the quarterback position. They're the highest paid position in the league.
Yep.
All right. But what comes with that is that if you decide, let's just say if the Chiefs end up, let me see if I can pull those numbers. If they end up releasing Pat Mahomes, like, all right, I'm tired of Pat. Let's just say they just tired of Pat. And look at his contract and just said, you know, all right, I'm tired of you. I just want to move on. You getting on my nerve, blah, blah, blah. What would the ramifications for that be? And everybody got a damn everybody got a counting his money. I'm looking at all these dang
Oh yeah. I mean, because the reality of it is the reason why a lot of people count the money is hold on, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. What you got? What you got?
Oh my God. $93 million.
Hold on. You're on over the cap as well. Let me look at this myself.
$100 million and then 93, 57. Yeah, bro, you ain't getting rid of that dude.
Let me see.
Yo, oh my God, yeah. Dang, yeah.
Oh, you talking about Pat Mahomes?
Yes, Pat Mahomes. Just look at his. Wow, that's a lot of money.
But look at the guaranteed salary. Look at the guaranteed salary. Look at the guaranteed prorate bonuses. So really, with Patrick Mahomes, after 2026, they on the hook to cut him anytime and they need to.
Anytime. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like that's every quarterback. And that's why I said we can't get in our feelings.
The market goes up.
It goes up. It's only going to get worse. So we got to understand that when we bring in a rookie quarterback this year, guess what? He's going to you got Green Bay right now. They regretting the hell out of what they doing with their quarterback draft. Jordan Love. That look like that dude gonna be a bust. Hey, y'all paid him what? Whew. They paid him a pretty penny. Got to be careful about these quarterbacks.
Right.
But Ryan ever needs to look. At the end of the day, like I said, I appreciate your comment. Let me see if I got something else.
Okay, hold on. High Five Life said, I don't give a fuck. I still want us to trade for Deshaun Watson. There's no other way to not endure Matt Ryan yet again. So he's tired of Matt Ryan. He wants to bring the home kid home. Or yes, extend ice and just wait for Bryce Young to trade the house for him.
That man ready to give up a whole house. Now we've seen him without weapons.
Who? Deshaun Watson?
Bryce. I mean, Bryce. Deshaun might not even be a free man in a year. And down 3 months.
Yeah, because that shit's still pending, and he's still on the exempt list. So if you do, and I'm gonna use this scenario right here. Now, like I said, this is gonna be down the middle argument right here. Like I said, if you do trade for Deshaun Watson, like I said, you're getting a good quarterback because he did lead this league in passing with absolutely nothing.
Right.
So that's a damn good quarterback. But the only issue is if you put the situation that's going on with him right now, like I said, you don't. He's still on the commissioner. Isn't he still on the commissioner exempt list?
So. Yeah, I believe so.
If he's on the exempt list, that means you can't. That means you can't play him right now until really all this stuff goes out the way. So even if you do trade him, you're really only going to trade him until maybe next season or the season after. So now you're going to be put in a situation to now not only you're complaining about Matt's money, but you're going to be taking on a contract of a guy who just got his money 2 years ago, and you might not be able to play him for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, very ambitious. Like I said, if it came down to a situation like if money wasn't tight with Deshaun Watson and all the stuff like that, I could see that I could see that without looking at it like, oh hell no. But like I said, you have to throw the situation in there.
You can't ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't ignore that. We can't ignore money aspect of that. You can't ignore the trouble aspect. Because guess what? If we ignore the trouble aspect and he end up going to jail, it's the whole Michael Vick era right over again. And
then now you pay. Now you literally had to pay for a guy for at least a couple years that you can't play.
Because he in jail. People don't realize we were still on the hook for Mike Vick's contract. That contract don't go away. That's what a lot of people don't get. These contracts, just because you get locked up or you decide to retire, like a Drew Brees, that contract still stays. Okay, that money until his contract expires, you still somewhat responsible for that contract. Okay, we got to understand that. Just because a guy retires does not mean the organization is off the hook for their contract.
Right. Exactly. So it ain't as easy. It ain't a simple process. That's the main thing. People like that's what we're trying to say. It's not as simple as everybody think it is. That's just like saying, and I'm gonna use this as an example. And Mike, you know this. And I wonder if the people here that's watching kind of know this. You remember, was it this summer or was it earlier this year where GameStop stock flew the hell up real quick? Because I remember it was like about, at the time, it was like $80-something a share. No, it was like $60-something a share.
It was like $60, $70 because somebody tried to send me some crap and that.
And that shit shot up to about $400-$500 in the like right before the summertime. Everybody jumped on there thinking, "Oh shit, it jumped up to $400. I'm finna put $400, $500, $600, $800 into it, man. I'm finna make some money." That stock went down to $100 in 2 days. 2 days later.
Yeah.
That's why I said, man. Like you said, you gotta look at the whole thing, not just one thing. You gotta look at the whole thing.
It is not free to get rid of these quarterbacks. It's not just quarterbacks, players in general. Okay? It just doesn't magically go away because you want to be done with a player. And that's like it's not even Matt Ryan. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, somebody put dude on mute. I ain't got time for that mess today.
We're talking about
you tripping, dog.
Jonathan Taylor. Or you talking about the other guy? Oh, but
yeah, that Jonathan Taylor crap.
And please, Jonathan Taylor. Shit, you think Indianapolis? You?
Hey, come like, why would you even say? Y'all motherfuckers be playing that damn. What's wrong with y'all?
You think Indianapolis finna part with that now?
Like, come on, like, what's wrong with you?
Boy, you're going to have to give up first and second round picks to get his ass, and now you really can't build a goddamn team.
like, what the fuck you want me to do? Beg him to go? What the fuck? Like, we need Jonathan Taylor. We need, like, motherfucker. I need him too. That don't mean they gonna give him to us.
Exactly. Like, we'll give you the whole city of Atlanta for him.
Hey, come on, man.
You can rename it Indianapolis, whatever you want to do. But
John Tanner, you know what I'm saying? John Tanner.
Exactly. So so by looking at so for a lot of people, hold on, let me see if I can bring it. So if you go to over the cap, if you look at Matt Ryan's base salary going into next year, he's going to be making $16 million as a base salary, in which none of it is guaranteed. You got to realize it. But most of his money, and Mike, I want you to explain the prorate bonus, because when you look at for next season with Matt Ryan, he has a $16.2 million base salary. He has a $24.9 prorate bonus, $7.5 million roster bonus. That's if he stays on the team right before training camp. Then he get the roster bonus. But none of his money, but his salary is not guaranteed though. So, what is
Okay.
the prorate bonus?
So basically, the prorated bonus. I'm gonna just give y'all the definition of what it says. The prorate. This money is referred to as prorated because of the salary cap perspective. The total sum can be spread out over the life of the contract in equal installments up to a maximum of 5 years. So basically, what that means, based on his salary, they can negotiate to spread that money without over a certain period of time. So, for instance, if he is making $35 million and then 38 and then 42, you can negotiate a contract where it's equal throughout the life of the contract. So that's what prorated is. It changes every year. You can decide to change it. You can decide to go lower. You can decide to go higher. But it all just depends on what they agreed to. So again, it's salary cap will change each year. That's why it's prorated. Okay? It changes each year. So at the end of the day, on top of that too, you got escalators. You got performance bonuses, all these types of things. And some teams like Baltimore, not Baltimore, but the Patriots have been unanimous. But they've been they've done things like, all right, we know you about to get this bonus. I'm gonna sit you down and say you got an injury. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit down and say you got an injury, and they'll essentially put you on IR for a minor injury, not say they won't give you playing time. They'll start an issue, but the Patriots have been doing this for years.
Right. That's why when you hear Tom Brady and how much less money he takes, you have to realize what happens is they move his money into the bonuses, so it doesn't count against the salary. Well, I ain't gonna say count against his salary is low, but his bonuses are high. So, yeah, and Marquis said this is why the NFL is regard to salary cap because it prevents super teams. Trust me. If there were super teams in the NFL, well, we already damn near got one in Tampa Bay right now with all the motherfucking Pro Bowlers and all pros they got. But if you're talking about a real super, can you imagine the NFL with real super teams? Like use basketball analogy, like the Brooklyn Nets, the Golden State Warriors of 2017. What was it? 2016. Whatever year there was. Can you imagine that? A super team like that? But yeah, man. I like that comment. Like I said, prevent super team.
But that's because you got teams like San Francisco, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys had a lot of money back in the day. And what they used to do is they would buy all the talent. They would go to your team, get guys like Claude Humphrey from the Falcons. They would take Claude Humphrey and offer him $4-5 million to come play with their team because the Falcons can't. Teams like the Falcons, the Saints, Miami and those teams, they couldn't pay that money. So that's what they would do. They would just offer players more money, and other teams couldn't compete. So that's why they came up with the salary cap. I forget what year it was, but they came up with the salary cap to prevent that. I know it was during the 80s, 70s and 80s, somewhere in there when they came up with the salary cap because Dallas Cowboys was really they had Jerry Jones worth a lot of money. I'll just say that Jerry Jones he's an oil man. And he got a lot of money. So that's why they came up with that. San Francisco, another team. I don't Pittsburgh, I want to say they're in the middle. They wasn't really they had money, but they wasn't out there spending money like that. But it was more so Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Dallas, but they were spending Dallas before even Jerry became the owner. They were still out there spending money like that. So that's the reason why they came up with the salary cap so everybody can compete.
let's throw a scenario out here. All right, so we're gonna get rid of the salary cap. Let's get rid of the salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if the Dallas Cowboys would have had on offense Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, George Kittle, Jonathan Taylor, whatever other running back you want to throw in, and then on defense you got Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, let's see. Well, whatever line, let me see. Aaron Donald, Grady Jarrett,
TJ
Watt, Nick Bosa.
I mean, the Yankees, that's what the Yankees have been doing. Yeah. That's how they won in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, because they was out there buying everybody's talent. I mean, Braves, they stole Baltimore Sheriff from us. Man, they gave him like $200 million, man. We couldn't afford it.
Like, okay, really? You gonna pay him $200 million? Really?
Yeah,
we ain't competing with that.
But that's the reason why they came up with the salary cap, because it just prevents super teams, and I think that's the best thing that ever happened to the NFL and just sports in general, because like even now baseball has I think they have like a revenue sharing for like teams and whatnot, because they got tired of Boston and LA Yankees. And even and the Yankees buying everything. Every year it's the same 3 teams, and because nobody else could afford they could afford them.
It was like free. It's like baseball, basically free agency with the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers. Everybody else like, can we at least get some scraps off the table, please?
We tried. I mean, that's why the Braves had to like really dig into their farm system and build the farm system, because they couldn't compete with them.
And that's how the Phillies are too. The Phillies was spending money like a motherfucker do.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, but that's what we talk about as well. Like, even though if you do spend money on all that talent, that doesn't guarantee you gonna win at all. Because you see the Yankees, they've calmed down on that shit the last few years. Now they may spend on pitching. But as far as trying to get everybody's best players, they done calm down on it, because you have to really depend on that farm system. That's just like using NFL example. You got to depend on your scouts and the GM and coaches to bring in the right players to fit in the system. I'll use a whole bunch of sports analogies and shit.
Hey, boy, that. Look, hey, I don't think you realize.
look, let me tell y'all something about soccer. Soccer is all about chemistry.
Oh, that's a whole nother.
You could throw a whole lot of superstar players like they do over in Europe. That's fine and dandy. But you never underestimate those lower tier teams, because if they know each other's tendencies and know where they like to be and stuff like that, a team with good chemistry can beat a superstar team that don't know what the hell each other do. Damn, boy, we giving these folks some mileage over here, boy.
Hey, man.
Look, here goes the question. He said, would y'all like a soft cap and luxury tap situation like the NBA? No, because like you said, the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots would be the only 2 teams to be getting votes.
They be up here spending everybody. They be giving everybody money.
Everybody in Atlanta, look, all the on edge Falcon fans will become Cowboys fans. Hell, they probably already Cowboy fans as it is now. I'm just saying.
Right. I don't want no parts of that. I want no parts of that.
Be honest with you, I think all sports need to kind of have that hard cap, to be honest with you.
It forces you to build a team the proper way. It forces you to find talent. It forces you to fit players under the salary. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest thing to sit up here and just, all right, I need this. I want to build a team. I'm gonna get this person. I'm gonna get Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, Kobe, and John Stockton all on one team. Like that's the easiest thing you can do. That don't take no damn skill.
Look. If you want the perfect example, look at the 1950s Boston Celtics.
Yeah, come on, bro. Everybody on that damn team,
Look, bro. If y'all don't realize about the 1950s Boston Celtics, and Mike said it, they had okay. As you know, a basketball team has 12 guys on the roster in the lineup. On that team, you had 10 of them that was Hall of Famers. And everybody else, and the only reason why the Celtics didn't win throughout the 50s was because the St. Louis Hawks won.
Oh my goodness.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Look. The Rams done gambled their future on this season alone.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't work out, do they have enough capital to build on that team? Because they still got pay guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of, I know. Yeah, I saw the cap. They said the Saints was at like minus 60 million. I was like, yeah, I think Terry Fontenot like, yeah, I had to get out this shit. Ain't no way.
That's what I'm talking about. They got to make some major changes because of what they've done. That's why they got Taysom Hill and signed him to that crazy ass contract.
The crazy ass
void contract. They gonna be. Bro, I don't even know if that's legal. Bro, I can't even say that's a legal contract, bro.
Hey! Can you imagine if this team would have had a cap situation like that?
Mm-hmm. Think about that.
You literally have to build a team with nothing but rookies.
Nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that one.
Nah, bro.
I've seen that. I'm having enough trouble with
this. Exactly, because if you don't clear up that cap space, boy, they can lose draft picks for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You lose draft picks if you in the net. Like if you I think if you in the red where you close to the medium, I think you good. But when you like way down there like that, yeah, good luck, Irene, with that shit. But I know we kind of got off the topic as far as the comment go. Where was that comment again? Who threw that shit? Mike, who threw that one up? We go back. We ain't even finished interpreting. Okay, here you go. Right. So let's go ahead and finish interpreting the rest of this contract, as we should so say. Hold on, let me get it out the way. He says, extend ice and just wait for Bryce Young and trade the house for him.
Hold on, one second. I want to give you what happens if these teams, if they don't get teams will be fined. All right, they didn't say can be. He said teams will be fined up to $5 million each for each violation. The franchise can also have contracts canceled and lose their draft picks. So, yeah, this is the reason why we got to take this out. Look. We can really have some contracts canceled, okay? The NFL can take it out in their hands and say, nope, that contract don't count, that contract don't count, and that contract don't count. So they can literally cancel contracts.
So let me put this example to you. Let's say if they decide to off Matt Ryan right now, this upcoming off season, they off him right now. They trade Dion, and they kind of end up in that minus 20 to 30 million. Hold on. Let's get back to his comment. So let's say, let's say if you hold on. This is how they're gonna be looking. This how all the other players are gonna be looking if they do that. They're gonna be like, all by myself. And now they're gonna be looking like, damn, I wanted to get rid of them, but now my team can't do shit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into it. So yes, hold on. So go ahead, Mike, keep talking. I'm finna look up something on Deshaun Watson.
But yeah, like I said, they can decide what will happen is they will be forced. Right now, I think the Saints what happen if they can't get under it, they would have to cancel a tremendous amount of players' contract in order to get under it. So they will be forced to get under contract. So guys like Taysom Hill, Mike Thomas, Kamara, all those guys, if they can't get under it, their salary will have to be killed. So if it's $60 million, they would have to cut a number of people until they get under until they get under the salary cap.
Right.
Over the salary cap, my bad. They would have to get over the salary cap. So they would have to get that 60. They would have to cut $60 million worth of contract until they get.
Or the league gonna cut it for them.
Or they gonna cut it for them. So it's not like I said, they don't play when it comes to this salary. NFL do not play when it comes to that because they start to lose money if you can't control your team. That's what you gonna understand. What people don't understand, if you can't control your team and you financially end up, guess what? They're gonna take your team away and they're gonna take your players away.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if y'all want it. Look. And let me put this other. So if you do get that quarterback, you won't. Can you imagine if you pull some shit out and the Falcons end up in a salary cap hell like that? They end up taking that quarterback away from the Falcons. And now you ain't got no quarterback.
I'll be hit. That'd be mad as hell, boy.
Hey, you know what? Let's trade Matt Ryan so we can see that happen. I want to see how that works.
Oh my God!
We go ahead and trade Matt Ryan. Let's take the dead cat hit. Let's trade Deion Jones and all that stuff and see what happens.
Boy. Yeah. Y'all be hurt. Y'all be hurt for real.
And then looking at that card, and then also Bubba Gump here said like this: Houston wants 3 first rounds and 3 second rounds in the deal.
Yeah.
So for Deshaun Watson, you literally giving up good draft position for 2 straight seasons.
That's about
maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Depends on what you do.
But the thing about it is, if you give up all that, if you give up all that and you get rid of Matt Ryan and you got the situation still going on to where he can't play, not only are you out of a quarterback, you can't draft a damn good quarterback if you wanted to. So you gotta look at everything. Like I said, the theme of the night is you gotta look at everything. Don't just look at what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we try to have shows like these about the Matt Ryan stuff, because we want to see from what y'all see if y'all agree to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. But if you don't see the whole thing and think everybody else is wrong for wanting to extend him, but looking at the team in the bigger picture, hey, I'm sorry. Look. I kind of agree with Atlanta Nation on this. He said, if an alternate universe existed, I want to see how that goes. I want to see how that goes, bro. But I'll be sitting
drinking the player and say, "Oh, no, you can't have him. No, can you get on this side?
They're gonna have a new TV show called NFL Repo. Repo. Hey, look, I can see it right now. They draft Bryce Young. Like Bryce Young had all of a sudden you see the NFL guys coming like, Nope.
Nope. Thought you had one.
Boy be looking like.
Thought you had one.
What happened? I thought he was coming. You're like, nope. You didn't hit the protocol, so we had to take this one away from you. I'll tell you what's going on. Bro, I want to see.
I mean, it's ironic that we talking about repo. We talking about repo. We talking about repo and players.
And we got the repo man at the bottom.
We gonna see LT to do it too.
LT gonna be throwing out there like, oh,
we gonna see them to do it.
No, you not either. No, you not either.
They be looking like, hey, look, they be looking like this. With the 12th overall pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Malik Willis. Also, you see LT like, according to the NFL, nope.
Oh boy, that'll be
so now,
oh my God.
So look, now you out of a quarterback that you could have just had a bridge gap to, and now you be out of a new quarterback.
Oh my God, boy!
I want to see it, bro. I'm so serious. I want to see if that shit happens here, boy. I'll be sitting here laughing at
man.
I ain't even gonna lie. It'll hurt me because of being a Falcon fan, but that shit will be so damn funny.
Oh,
to see all those folks that thinking, oh yeah, we got the savior, then all of a sudden NFL said, no, they be looking like this. Well, according to our books, our salary cap books, you haven't paid the necessary stuff to get your salary cap down. So we're gonna take that guy away from you, and he's just gonna be a free agent. Like, wait, what?
Let me get this real quick.
I'm done. That shit was just funny.
Why not just let Matt Ryan's contract expire next year? Use the space you have to build the rest of the team. It's a contract. It's not the same money every year. Okay? This is not like working at McDonald's where you're going to get $13 an hour, okay? Every day of the week, you're going to get $13 an hour.
Wait. What McDonald's paying $13 an hour?
Hey, look, trust me, they doing that now. They ain't got no choice, but they doing that. Don't ask me how, but trust me, I know.
Well, wait a minute. So is he talking about next year as in 2022? Because if
I'm getting to that. Go ahead. My bad. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Quarterbacks get paid differently from a lot of teams. Like not even just quarterback, just how contracts are designed. Period. You get paid based on year. All right, the year the NFL hard cap changes. So just because, like this year, for instance, this year was $182 million. Next year is $208. So it's going to change. So if he end up if next year the salary cap for him, I think he's right now, Matt Ryan's going to be making like $48 million next year, just on next year. If it was this year, he would have been making like 40, 30, 40, I think like $40 million this year if he didn't restructure his contract. So this year it's up to $48 million. All right. I think every year the salary cap changes. Every year the salary cap goes up. Okay. It's been going up ever since the mid 2000s. It's been going up every year in the NFL since it existed. The salary cap has been going up. So it's not going to be the same thing. And this is what contracts.
The only reason it dropped this year is because of
the pandemic.
I was just saying the only reason why it dropped this year because of the simple fact that COVID hit.
Mm-hmm. And then,
so
like I said,
I understand what you guys like. Oh, why don't we just let his contract expire? It's because the contract actually gets more expensive as it goes on. That's every NFL contract.
Every NFL contract that's loaded in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
This is why So this is why when Julio went through that initial contract dispute, you have to remember when he had got paid first, his contract was front loaded. So by 2016, he had pretty much got most of his money. So when it came to those last few years, he wasn't making much. So when you look at that, so if you look at Matt Ryan and how much he's making, okay, yes, his cap is 48 and 43 in 2023. But if he hadn't took those restructures, his cap would be around about 28 to 30 million. So basically what you're saying is you're mad that he's making the money because he was unselfish with his money. That's basically what you're saying. Because if it wasn't for him restructuring, Julio wouldn't got paid, Deion wouldn't got paid, Grady wouldn't got paid. That just played a part in it. So
right, LT, everybody was fans of all those guys. Oh God.
I gotta do it to you. I gotta do it to you. You've been in my ear with this all day. I gotta give it to you. I gotta give it to you.
He's just gonna hop off.
Oh man.
He's just gonna hop off.
Boy, he been giving me the blues about this. I had to get.
Deion Jones.
I'm gonna get it for this one. I'm gonna get it for this. Believe that, boy. I'm gonna get a couple of suplexes on some tables.
Is that he gonna hit you with the world's strongest slam on your head, boy?
Oh my God. Oh man! All right. that is funny. So, y'all don't know. He really been. Hey, oh my God! He been just as he been actually more angry than I have over this topic. So go ahead, LT.
You need a linebacker core. One person does not make a difference, or wherever the case may be. In order for your linebacker core to be successful, you need your defensive line to be successful. Ray Lewis, one of the greatest linebackers to play this game, has always come out and said, as great as a player that he thinks he is nothing without having Tony Siragusa and Haloti Ngata in front of him. It's the same thing with the Falcons. To be honest, we really could have like the best linebacker core in the league with the athleticism of a Foye Oluokun and Deion Jones. But the fact that our front cannot do their job, that means our secondary guys, our guys that's in the linebacker core, they cannot do their job. I don't understand why people feel like Deion he's having a bad year. He's no longer good. He need to get checked. Deion is literally like in his mid-20s. Why would you do that? And he just got paid a couple years ago. Why would you do that? Why would you like trade away this dude and have him on dead cap and let him end up going to a team that can utilize his athleticism and he's becoming successful, and now you're paying him top dollar for him not to be on the roster? That doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
So if you trade Deion,
and I'm here to tell you, Dean.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Dean P's love guys like him. Like he love having athletic linebackers, and Foye and Deion is the cream of the crop. There's not linebackers like those two. So if you get a D line that can do their job, you will see the best of their abilities once you have that. But until you get a true one tech that play in a definite 3-4 defense or whatnot, you're not going to see these guys perform at the best of their abilities because we don't have the front to do it with. You clearly see that. And the crazy thing about it is I'm seeing people seeing the stat now, oh, Foye Oluokun, he's tied for first in tackles in the league. That's fine. That's fantastic so many turns, but y'all literally are dragging Dion for the game last week, in which, in case in point, y'all don't even realize it wasn't even Dion that was doing bad. It was targeting Foye. Every play they targeted Foye. When you look at, I forgot the first or the second drive for the 49ers in the second half of last week's game, you literally see every play got ran in the hole that Foye was supposed to be filling. They game plan for him. When he got blocked off, they ran right through his gap. It was nothing. They literally, then when they motioned to take Dion out the play so they could run where Foye supposed to be running to, and Dion had to overcompensate. Oh Lord. This man might really do this on purpose.
Because I pointed it out to everybody, and this is why I say you guys have to join us on our spaces on Twitter during game day. You will know this stuff. You will see it for yourself because we will point it out. It was several points during the game where the camera went directly at Foye, and they did not stop looking at Foye. Okay? If you guys got YouTube live TV, you can go back, watch the replay, and you can see that they were targeting Foye. And what you guys saw was Dion having to overcompensate because he was being taken out of the play. You got to remember, Dion is the weak side linebacker. He's not the middle linebacker anymore. He's the weak side linebacker. So you're not going to see him in the same positions that you saw him before. You're going to see him rush the passer. You're going to see him cover slot receivers. You're going to see him cover backs, tight ends out of. This is what he does now. He's a cover guy. The weak side linebacker is essentially a blitzer and a cover guy. He's not a tackler. You're going to see him make a ton of tackles. That's why you see Foye making all the tackles now, because he's not the middle linebacker anymore. So this is the reason why Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, which makes sense because of the size difference. Like Foye's size gives him an advantage. Like, to me, I feel like Foye is somewhat built like a Ray Lewis linebacker. I'm not saying he's greater than that man, but he's built like him, and it helps the cause. What I want people to understand is, like you said, with Debo being a backside, linebacker, you cannot expect for him to make up the difference. It's not as easy to run through. You got to read and react. And I'm telling you, and I tell people all the time, bro, if you play any sport, especially the game of football, and especially on defense, reading and reacting is like the hardest thing of playing defense. Because you got to be able to diagnose the play like in split seconds. That is not easy at all.
Hell no.
Like, people think you just like, well, you just know the play and just you should know you know your play, but you don't know what your opponent is running. So you have to figure out what they're doing and whatnot. And sometimes you have guys that guess correctly. You have guys, for a prime example. Another again, like, and I'm pretty sure y'all might notice this. I am a diehard Falcons fan all day, every day. But I love the hell out the Baltimore Ravens defense in the mid 2000s. And I tell anybody, in the 2009 season, I'll never forget this play where it was 4th and 1 against San Diego, and San Diego decided to run a play where they were on a dive play with Darren Sproles, which it got blew up. Now, people might be looking like, well, that was stupid. Why would you run the ball with Darren Sproles anyway on 4th and 1? Well, Darren Sproles could get that yard. As small as he was, Darren Sproles was well known for getting short yardage plays. But the issue was film breakdown. Like, Ray knew the play because he seen the formation. So when the minute, and a lot of times as a linebacker, you're supposed to read your keys. Your keys is the guards. So with the guards pulling, Ray really supposed to have followed. He's supposed to straight across the formation to meet the guards. But by him knowing what exactly the play was by field study, he shot the gap and made the play. It's the little things, people. It's the little things.
and understanding that.
That's right, Atlanta Nation. Along with great instincts, is exactly what it is. Great instinct.
Exactly.
And people think you could just go out there and just play. It is not that simple.
80% of the game is up here.
Lord,
80% of the game is up here.
Folks understand. And this is why, hence why the conversation about Matt is so important, because whether folks want to hate this man, talk about this contract, what the case may be, really and truly, y'all talk about, like I said, we telling y'all Matt is really not getting paid that much. Some people say he's getting overpaid. I'm here to tell y'all that man getting underpaid. If you've seen what he have to go through, and he did this majority of the time, probably since like Todd McClure been gone, and then you had a few years with Alex Mack. But what that man had to do Sunday, you had to imagine having a 40-second play clock. 40 seconds. That's all you get. And you got to listen for the play in a loud stadium, that understand what the play is being called, get to the huddle, make sure you're representing the play to all your guys so they know what the play is. You got to represent the play to all the guys, call the play for your guys for them to understand. Break the huddle, look at the defense, see what the defense is in, explain to who's supposed to be lining up where. Then you got to tell your line what you want, what type of block you want, like what type of run block they're supposed to be doing or pass protection. Then you got to run a fake snap count, step back, confirm what defense your opponent is in, put guys in motion. Literally, the man literally had to step back and say Kyle Sunday to tell Kyle Pitts to go in motion and then call for the ball. That's a lot to do in 40 seconds. Everything I just explained, it took me it took me just a minute and some change to explain that. You have to do that in 40 seconds.
and look, that ain't even just Matt Ryan. That's quarterback in general.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why they get paid the big bucks. That's why they get paid the big bucks, and that's why I always have respect for guys like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, because like it takes time to process all that information, and you doing it play after play, and a lot of times these guys doing it 600, 700 times a year.
And then you also got to think about it, especially when you got those experienced quarterbacks like that. They getting 3 plays in the damn huddle, right. and that's based on what they see on the deep. Like, oh wait a minute, he go. Mm-hmm. Why is the head?
Literally.
Why you think Peyton Manning head?
Go ahead, Kevin, because you just about to say it.
I think, why
you just say what is that what I'm going to say?
Why you think the hell Peyton Manning head got that damn big? Boy, he had to die. He had all the plays in there, bro. He had all the plays in there.
He was cerebral. That motherfucker was cerebral like hell. But that's why he's my favorite quarterback of all time. All right, Peyton Manning, he beat you before you Peyton Manning, he beat you before your ass even got on the damn field. He was already before the play start, before you got on the field, he already beat you. Because guess what? He studied film. He studied his keys. Him and one thing, two is one matchup that I used to love so much. This matchup I used to love it. And football players and coaches and football fans, I used to love to see Baltimore versus the Colts because I knew it was going to be a goddamn. You knew it was going to be a game of 14-13, and you knew that those guys were going to go to war. You knew
it was going to be about. It was basically about who was going to outsmart the other. Who going to outsmart Ray? Was it going to be Peyton Manning or Ray Lewis? And the thing about it, and I have to give a lot of credit for Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning is the engine of his offense. But in Ray Lewis's mind, don't get wrong, Ray Lewis is definitely the quarterback of his defense. But he also have especially in the secondary, he have the brains of an Ed Reed behind him as well. Because I've seen Ed Reed literally fool Peyton Manning. He literally came down to play what they're supposed to be doing. He literally came down and play and overshadow a receiver before the play, before he snapped the ball. But then when he did it, he turned and sprinted to play single high safety to make it look like a one-on-one matchup. And when he did, and when Peyton saw that, he thought he had that one-on-one matchup, Ed Reed didn't flinch. He didn't even look back. He ran to the middle of the field and immediately turned back towards Reggie Wayne's side. And when he did it, Peyton had launched it straight to Reggie Wayne. He was like, got you.
Yep.
You did exactly what I wanted you to do. And picked him straight off.
Boy, yeah, man, because, like, Peyton, like, and you talking about another safety that was like that. Troy Polamalu was a whole nother
boy.
He was a whole nother breed of insanity when I call that a safety.
But let me say this about not saying now Troy definitely had a brain, but Troy just was making miraculous plays. You look at Troy Polamalu, you just be looking like wow, even the game. Remember we played against him in 2010 in Pittsburgh. And mindful now, mindful. We're talking about like Matt was having a decent game. It wasn't like it was a bad game. We were playing decent. Like this, like before overtime, the score was like 9-9. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like 9-6. Like, but we was having a defensive bout, but like we ran a comeback route, which been money all year. I'm talking about Roddy and Matt was hitting on that comeback route all year. And they ran that one comeback route that one time. Troy ran it all the way. And when Matt let it go, he ran right in front of him. I said, damn it, Troy.
Bruh, look.
That's all I can say was, damn it, Troy.
That man said Troy teleported.
Bro, I kid you not. I called him what did I call him? I called him the ultimate glitch because it's like you think he's one way. He is what Eric Harris is, but Eric Harris don't make the plays. Somewhat.
Yeah.
We talking about Troy out here. We talking about Troy out here on goal line situations. These fools running quarterback sneaks, and this joker out of nowhere just happened to just leap over the line of scrimmage right as when the quarterback calls for the ball.
Exactly. Like I think Ike Taylor said it. He said in one of the interviews he was like, the defensive calls was just for 10 guys. They told Troy, you do whatever the hell you want to do.
Basically.
Even
was it the playoff game? The playoff game against the Ravens, where not the AFC Championship game, but the game I think it was like a matchup in 2010 where he came to the line of scrimmage and then Joe called for the ball and took a 3-step drop and he had the guy, but like Polamalu just being who he is came off the edge and stripped the ball out of his hand. Like that was the turning point of the game.
And Baltimore wasn't supposed to throw the ball in that situation.
Yeah.
If they would have ran it, they would have won the game. Sure said, okay, hey, you gonna throw it? What was it? 1-2 strip. But Tony Wright here said that's how Joe Montana was. So cerebral on the field with his different reads and how he would hit different receivers, whether it's first, second, third, fourth, or fifth read. And in order for you to get to that fourth and fifth read, your offensive line got to hold. So, hey, man. It's levels to this game. It is levels to this. Because, so how do you feel about this comment? He said, Matt has demonstrated mastery of his craft in regards to playing quarterback. Despite all that, he physically abused his defense and verbally abused by the fan base.
I can agree, but here's what I can say. As far as saying physically abused by defenses, trust and believe, if you get a game where Matt get a tad bit of protection, I done seen that man carve up some of the best of them. I mean, you got to look at it. I watched my quarterback go toe-to-toe with a legendary defense in Baltimore in their prime and still beat them.
Before the game even started, Ray was already praising Matt Ryan because he knew he was in for it. Yeah, hey, just go back and do the research. He'll tell you yourself. That dude is, like I said, that Matt Ryan legend.
I mean,
You said who tell you what?
Ray Lewis.
Oh yeah.
you
Oh,
can
he
give
had
Matt.
great compliments from Matt after that game.
Mm-hmm.
He had great
You
compliments after that game. He was like, Matt is one of the better QBs that's coming up in this league. He had high praise for that man.
Mm-hmm.
if you
And we
give
talking about a game where, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Turner get knocked out that game? He caught a concussion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So we talking about Matt going against Malvin. Don't get me wrong, Turner was a huge piece of our offense during that time, and we had Turner no more for that game. So Matt had to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Alex? I heard you coming in. What you got for us?
I mean, you give Matt Ryan just a little bit of time, nice play, done.
Oh, you got a little bit of static there. Hold on.
You got a little static.
I don't know if
You
you
got a
got
little static over home.
an earpiece or something. That you got a little bit of static.
A little static. Can you hear me now?
No, I
But
don't.
it's still kind of staticky. But,
Can you hear me now?
okay,
Yeah,
we're good. We're good now.
All right,
What you got
cool. I mean, if you give Matt Ryan just a little bit of protection and a good play, it's done. You know, do that just like 5 times down the field, touchdown. You do that for the entire game, we win the game and we go on and make the playoffs. That's it. It's kind of that simple because Matt Ryan knows what to do. Like you give him a play, he'll go check this side, cool, not there, go that side, boom, completion. And then it'll just be like that for the entire game. So yeah, he just knows how to carve up defenses.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And Sergeant Thomas here said he just looked up and said we're paying $29 million this year in dead cap money alone. That's the last bit nobody talks about.
You know how much we could do. We could do so much with that.
That's literally up there in the top 10 in dead cap situations alone.
And you know the beauty part about that? All that comes off our books after this season.
Yep.
This is why we tell folks that dead cap stuff is important. All that money that we spend, like I said, it's 2 people on that list that literally has not played for the Falcons since 2019. We almost in the 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that.
Yeah, man. Hey, like I said,
you got to bad, but Bosa got hurt. Yeah,
exactly. Shit. He wasn't worried about. Goddamn getting blasted.
Well, he also made they made some nice like I said, they made some nice adjustments too. And like I said, Nick Bosa is just like let's call it what it is. He's an elite pass rusher. And not just pass rusher, he's an elite defensive end. He is that. All right. So I see a lot of disrespect for the opposing team when we talk about Falcons fans. Like Nick Bosa is a fucking legend, all right, in the making. He's gonna be that damn good for years to come. He stay healthy, he's gonna be a legend. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. He got that much talent. So when we talk about, whether or not a guy like Caleb McGarry can keep up with him, like this man is playing against 2 Hall of Famers. Cameron Jordan going in the Hall of Fame, okay? Whether we like that shit or not, he going in the Hall of Fame. He that damn good.
He actually did good against him too.
Don't take nothing away from him, man.
Like this is what we gotta stop. Like
man,
y'all
got over 106 in his career.
He got 100.
Caleb McGarry's he actually been playing pretty good against Cameron Jordan. So it's like the matchups that's been going on, whether it's this year, last year. He's been playing pretty good against Cameron Jordan. I think when we played the Saints this year, he maybe allowed one or 2 pressures. He didn't really face Cameron Jordan that often in that game, but I think allowed 1 pressure. And for Marcus Davenport, he didn't really allow many pressures to him. And he's a good pass rusher. He was debatably, he was second behind what's his name, Hendrickson over there. So. Caleb McGarry can hang with some big guys, and not to mention with Shaq Barrett, he barely allowed any pressures in that game. So it was fun. It was nice to watch.
I'm gonna touch on what Tony Hall said. Tony Hall said he said building this team to a constant winner would take a little bit of time and patience, like the Braves did when they had to retool around Freddie Freeman years ago. And I look what came of it. And sir, please, Mike did right. He did right. He clapped it up for you because you my good man. You are absolutely correct. The people tend to forget that the Braves that lost 95 games back in 2015. And it took them 6 years to get to that point. Even this year, we talking about a team that was like, they were practically dead in the water by the time All-Star break got here. Like nobody had the Braves doing nothing. But they believed in themselves. Their GM made the necessary trades and got the guys that they need to get in. And you went from, being at 500 by the All-Star break. Then, you was at the point during August, you win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. But then y'all saw this thing, a streak came about. You came from the brink of elimination to winning your division for the 4th straight year. You end up getting, the seeding fell right for you. Y'all end up playing Milwaukee in the 2nd round. You knocked them out. The Braves what the word I'm looking for? Exercise their demons by beating the Dodgers, who's been a thorn in their side in the postseason for years, to ultimately get the big prize. So, like, don't say it's not possible, because it's very much possible. It is very much possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this year for the Falcons, what I look at what the Falcons doing this year is, it's not about them. It's not about them being able to. To me, it wasn't never about the players. I mean, I want to see some guys perform, no doubt about it. But it was more so, what can this coaching staff do with this team? And quite frankly, they definitely won my heart. Because what I've seen them do, have they made mistakes here and there? Of course. Well, we all watch coaches make boneheaded decisions. That's gonna happen. But I can see that the staff doing it now because they don't necessarily have their type of guys in. So when they get their guys in, when they get people that's willing, and when they get people that's willing to not be in a straitjacket and come play every week, and you're willing to have guys that want. I knew that comment was gonna rub Mike.
Hold on. Anything's possible.
Hey, wait a minute, that ain't funny. Because when he said that was against my Lakers, I don't want to talk about
that. That shit made me laugh. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. But yeah, go ahead.
But with everything that's been going on, and like I said, you got one guy that that wanted out, and now you see him on Thursday Night Football having 1 catch for 7 yards. But you played 4 quarters. And then, you got another guy that's, in the mental health institute right now. So, they got that going on. But, I mean, but with all that stuff going on, your third wide receiver is not your definite number 1. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to give Gage credit where credit is due. Gage has definitely stepped up the last 3 weeks. I got to give him credit. The man has been trying his best. He's been doing what he can, but it's only him. You see what the kids could do. He's so throughout the game. You might get a big play out of him here and there, and that might be it. But then people are, well, who else can he throw to? What you trying? You trying to throw the Christian Blake at clutch moments? That's what we're doing. I mean, I ain't got nothing against him, man. He's a special team, but we throwing to Christian Blake in clutch moments. Christian Blake.
The same guy we be forgetting is on the team.
Is he on the practice squad?
You know what Christian Blake is good for? Preseason.
Oh my God, really?
Oh man. Oh, damn, Al. He had to do him like that.
He's not bad during the regular season. Not great either, but like that's where I look at him.
I'm about to say, how we know if he's bad or good if we don't see him at all?
I mean, all I remember is when he caught that ball in the Tampa Bay game in the second week and almost got a concussion and was out for the season. That's the only play I remember.
Be on the field. They look like it's gonna break him, boy.
Oh man!
And speaking of, I got a bone to pick with you. They can cut this or whatever they want to do, but I got a bone to pick with this fan base. How do y'all disrespect your own team like y'all do? Kyle Pitts shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl? We serious? Man, got a season like Jeremy Shockey rookie year, and you disrespecting your tight end. Y'all say y'all love your team, but somehow, some way, Cordell Patterson didn't get in. Y'all couldn't put out enough votes to let you vote as many times as you want to.
Oh, I talked about.
You couldn't get Cordell Patterson. You couldn't get AJ Terrell to be in the Pro Bowl this year with the season that he had. But y'all say y'all love the Falcons. You a Falcon fan. You a Grady baby. I'm raised in East Point. I'm raised up in Gresham Road. Quit laughing. I ain't laughing. That shit ain't funny.
I'm a greedy baby.
I'm not even gonna lie. I can't name many tight ends that have like a lot of gravity, like Kyle Pitts does. Like, there's George Kittle, there's Kelsey, there's Mark Andrews, and that. I mean, there's probably a little bit more, but like you got to understand, Kyle Pitts may not be getting the whole bunch of production because teams are literally pushing resources to stop him. First of all, in order to stop Kyle Pitts, you need to at least have a great man coverage safety, which is trust me, it is very hard to find that type of safety, or you got to bracket him. So, like, look, having Kyle Pitts opens up a room for it, like, when Ridley comes back, boom, we're good. And you want to bracket Ridley? Gage, done. Like, and Cordero, done. Like, this is what Pitts offers you. He offers you to like switch up your whole personnel or divert resources to him, which in that Pro Bowl that he earned was rightfully so. You saw what he did to Miami. That's all I really need to say. That's really all I need to. If you don't have those resources, that's what Kyle Pitts can do. So
you leave him.
All I'm saying is like the man lead the NFC in what in yards. You know he don't have the TDs, but of course, what you think gonna happen when you get to the red zone? They bracketing him. They know he's a red zone threat. The dude is 6'6". He's Calvin Johnson stationed as tight end. Come on, bro. But we putting a lot of pressure on this man as it is. He's a rookie, and he's basically had to help carry our offense. He should never have to do that. If things would have went the way they were supposed to, he wouldn't have to do that. But unfortunately, the things went the way it is. So now he's became a number one target, and we talking about a dude that's on the verge of cracking 1,000 yards, even without the extra game. He probably could have got it within the last 2 games. Now, I mean, unless they really shut him out, whatever the case may be. Like, bro, there's no way he don't get over 1,000 yards this year. And this is rookie season. The man's been phenomenal for us all year. But y'all hate the pick. One of the few bright spots of this team, but really the whole team is a bright spot, whichever way you look at it. But at the end of the day, like you got to take shit for what it is. Like this man has given us everything. He's been humble. You know, then when they ask him questions, he's answering. He ain't in the media. He ain't saying no obnoxious things. The man he's a good kid. Support the man. Hey, I got to give a shout out to Josh Harris because a couple years ago they did a video about your overall rating on Madden, and you had a 50. That man was a 50 on Madden.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And now he's a Pro Bowler.
Hey, when you're a long snapper, you're gonna have the worst rating when you're a long snapper, bro.
Exactly.
When you go into franchise mode, that man about to have superstar development and long snapping.
Lord,
but he one of the best long snappers in the league. Like I be telling people, I say because it ain't flashy, it ain't highlights, stuff like that goes unnoticed.
Oh,
you don't pay attention to exactly. Because the only thing you worry about, well, that's supposed to happen. But you don't understand, like, having a good long snapper is hard to come by. Same reason why people think, I don't trip when I see Cool Mr. Kick, because in most cases, he make them all. So what, he might miss one or two.
He missed one.
I'm watching people got to go out there and sign kickers like Nick Folk and Doink the Clown Cody Parkey.
Cody!
I'm gonna say this, and yeah, people gonna think I'm a homer for even saying this, but I don't give a shit. You can't tell me that Kyle Pitts isn't the rookie of the year because he don't have anything to feed off of. He didn't got nothing to feed off. He don't have a number one. He don't have a number two around him to take coverage away from him. Michael Parsons has all that on his defense. You got a guy in the corner who leading the league in interceptions right now. That's an added piece. He got guys like Calvin and a good Randy Gregory and all those guys to feed off of. Kyle Pitts ain't got none of that. Who Kyle Pitts got?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Marcus Lawrence, you got.
Oh yeah, Lawrence came back too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like he has nothing to feed off. You can't tell me he's not rookie of the year because he doesn't have anyone to feed off of. He's literally the source of the offense. If he doesn't have a big day, more than likely we're not gonna score more than 20 points. That's just the facts. If he doesn't have a good day, the Falcons are not scoring more than 20 points. So he has to. You cannot tell me that this man, like I said, he's having a good year, but he has pieces around him, so he is not the center of attention. You can't just solely, all right, we're just going to look at Michael Parsons. You can't do that because you got guys around him that you got to focus on. But, hey, say what you want to say.
And I'm going to be honest, part of me is not surprised that A.J. Terrell didn't make the Pro Bowl because A.J. Terrell plays a style of coverage that when you first see, you're going to be like, oh, I mean, he did what he's supposed to. Cool. But from a technique standpoint, that stuff is really, 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 really hard to do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. In my personal opinion, I feel like we have two Pro Bowlers in the secondary. That's just my personal opinion. But when you look across this defense, the other one, Isaiah Oliver. But that's just me. Before he got injured, but that's just me. But like when you look across the secondary, you see Fabian Moreau trying his best to replicate what's going on the other side, which is very hard. You got Darren Hall trying his best. You got Avery Williamson trying his best. Eric Harris trying his best. Jalen Hawkins trying his best. You look at the other side of the league. You got what's his name? Patrick Peterson trying his best. You got Chidobe Awuzie trying his best. Heck, even Trayvon Diggs, from a technical standpoint, I don't think he's better than AJ Terrell. Hot take. This dude literally goes on off of instinct. That's how he gets his interceptions, not necessarily off of technique. But that's just me. Like
you got to preach, boy.
Preach. Hey, put hot fire. Hot fire.
Let me be a little. Let me be up a little bit on that though. I don't that ain't, you said it was a hot take. That ain't a hot take. That shit cold as hell. Because any football fan know AJ Terrell is better than Trayvon Diggs.
Well,
Anybody know that?
Hey, look, you better ask the Falcon fans that voted for Trayvon Diggs.
But those same Falcon fans think drafting a mobile quarterback going to save the franchise, and letting your quarterback get paid $65 million get him off the book. They're gonna mean something. So no, it ain't.
Yep.
It ain't nowhere near the same.
Boy, but for somebody that get a lot of interceptions, boy, them double moves be killing his ass though.
Exactly.
Them double moves kill him, boy. Cause like think about it like this. You can understand the 10 interceptions, but if you as a corner itself is giving up almost 1,000 yards by yourself.
Okay?
Yourself.
By you. Okay?
And AJ Terrell one of the lowest, ain't it? If not the lowest, because he haven't even given up over 500 yards this year.
Yeah, I think he's only giving up like 350 yards total.
Exactly. And AJ Terrell doesn't even get targeted. That's like he doesn't get targeted. Like that. I don't really even know what to say. Do I need to say any more? Like Stephon Gilmore doesn't get targeted. Jalen Ramsey doesn't get targeted. Jair Alexander doesn't get targeted. Do I really need to start like listing the people that don't get targeted? Like,
I have to do it. We got to do. We might have to put this one on tape right here so we can list them.
Yeah, we'll put
in a few years. In a few years, Isaiah Oliver won't get targeted. Like, look. If y'all think we need a corner, I don't even know what to tell you. I really don't. Like, Fabian Moreau was on his way, by the way. We drafted 2 rookie corners who are learning from both AJ Terrell, Io, Fabian, and we got the dude that John Hoke, who was with Charles Tillman. I think he was a DB coach with Charles Tillman. Yeah. Do I really need to say any more? Like I'm like we're good. We're good there. Like we're fine. We're chilling. What we really could use is an edge. We could use one of those. I mean, Ogundeji is on fire. I'm not gonna lie. He's doing pretty good. But like, we could use one more. You can
use one more instead of what? What about Kung Fu Panda on the other side? He ain't working anymore.
That man be throwing his hands everywhere. He be windshield like everything.
That motherfucker be doing his best Bruce Lee impression. He's like, I'm gonna do the Fist of Fury.
Yeah, man. Oh my
that
God.
Man trying to aggressively swat a fly. Boom.
Exactly.
That man said Kung Fu better. If y'all don't know what he's talking about Dante Fowler. When hit the mini Fist of Fury.
Boy, he looked like he said he tried to bring. He said he tried to bring.
You talking about when Dante be pass rushing?
Yeah, when he be playing that bad hit on, like, I don't know what he be doing, but I see it all the time.
Every time I see that man press rush, first thing I say, in right foot stop, in left foot stop. Now touchdown with your right, and touchdown with the left, then turn to the right, and move to the left. Back it up.
Shit. Knowing his ass, he probably be off rhythm. knowing his ass. Shit, boy, that boy, I see him do a chunk. I see him do one of them reuse spin kicks. That was the one Mike was talking about. He did a reuse spin kick and went nowhere.
Bro, I mean, what the hell? I said, I know I didn't see that. I know I saw that. I said, I just know this dude and did. I don't know what it was. I don't know what that move was, but all I saw, this man was in the air kicking and his arm. I don't know what the hell it was, bro.
Hey. I remember that play. I thought he was trying to reenact Billy Banks.
We're going to kick. Boy, dude, if y'all played Mortal Kombat, bro, I know everybody played Mortal Kombat. This dude held low kick for 5 seconds during the pass rush and ended up doing a bicycle kick.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You were like,
bro, that's that old Mortal Kombat right there, boy. Y'all younger generation, that's before y'all time. See, now you got a couple buttons that you can use to go into the bicycle kick. Back in our day, you had to hold it for you to do the bicycle kick.
So if you held it, you had to worry about getting your ass whooped while you held it.
Oh my god!
And don't let somebody block it. That means that move was all for that.
Hey, look, the move took 3 seconds to accomplish. So you telling me you wasted 8 seconds of a fight trying to pull off a bicycle kick?
Oh my god, man!
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
We sorry. We sorry about that, Dante. But bro, you asked for that. You asked for that.
The next thing you know, the next game he gonna come with the rating damn super fly thing. Gonna like, yo.
Oh God!
Now I see he's trying to use all of his flexibility inside the game. That's
hey, man.
Say he John Cloud. He tried to be John Cloud Van Damme, but he be like John Cloud. Hell no, that's what his. Oh shit! I thought that. Boy,
man, you call him Bruce Lee, and we talk about fighting games. So basically, when he be trying to pass rush and he fight with the tackle, that means he eat Honda. All he do is hit that one way.
1,000 hand slap, man. But the thing about when he do the 1,000 hand slap, it does no damage.
It does no damage.
Okay.
Let me get this foolishness right here. Like, when are you motherfuckers gonna learn how to damn read a freaking article? Learn to read an article. Google is free. Okay, it's free. The information is out there for you guys to read. Rich McKay oversee all those man. No, he was not.
That man, Rich McKay, was literally building the doggone stadium. That's what he was focused on.
He wasn't overseeing that. For 2 years, he was help building the bands. That's what he was doing. This information is out there for you guys to read, and it's free. You can literally Google it.
On the competition committee.
On the competition committee as well.
And on top of the
competition committee.
Yes, on top of that, he's the head of competition committee. So he got 2 other jobs. Okay, he was not there. It was literally Thomas Dimitrov's show. Now he's back in charge of things. Now he's back and in charge of things. Okay, let me say it one more time.
He's back and in charge of things. I wish that Dimitrov show lasted 1 season. I wish it lasted 1 season and got canceled.
I'm not gonna lie. He Dimitrov, like what kind of goes through his head when he makes decisions? Like, look, like I'm glad that we have Caleb McGarry, but like this situation could have been avoided, and we could have. Why are we trading? Why are we trading picks to get a dude that we could get in like the 4th, 3rd round? To like, I don't understand. Look, I mean, turned out really good, but like still, I don't understand some of the stuff
because he
I don't get it.
All the years and he tried to win his job back and that wasn't working.
That's all it was.
We talking about a guy that literally has drafted about what 3 players that already had injury history in the first round. As a matter of fact, all 3 he traded up for.
Dude had a whole heart problem, like whole heart problem, and thank God she's good right now. But like he heart problem, and we drafted him to be a pass protector. Look. I don't know why, I don't know how, but like sometimes we just gotta like use what God gave us to make decisions. And look, I'm not mad at it right now because it's doing good, but like I don't understand why we not.
He made way too many mistakes. I get it. He's made that was a huge risk with Caleb Garrett. I can't deny that whatsoever. It's working out now. It looks good. He seemed to be healthy, but that was a risk that we shouldn't have taken at that point. At that point in time, I understood why we did it because we did need offensive linemen, but that's something that.
But Dimitrov trying to save his job too. So yeah,
right. That
like
was,
you said earlier.
So it was a panic move. It was a dumb panic move, but sometimes some dumb moves they seem to work out for you.
That happened to work out because him and Chris Lindstrom look so damn good together. When they own, those guys are on together.
Right.
That's very true. That like I feel like Caleb McGarry is the dark horse. I'm not gonna lie. People. Look, it's not easy to play right tackle in the NFL, especially with the people we got. Like we got Cam Jordan to face, Shaq. Who else? Oh, Brian Burns. We got people to face. So I give props to Caleb McGarry.
I'm glad you brought an O-line play because I want to touch on this. If we could plug in a guy, if say we do, get rid of somebody or whatever, if we could plug in a guy that can play and they can perform better and not miss a beat, that's fine. But I want folks to understand that having top tier O linemen isn't always the case. Continuity on that line is what makes a line successful. Having these guys play together for a couple of years is what makes them successful. Y'all want to know why the Falcons are so good early on when Matt first got drafted? Those guys have been playing together. Harvey Dog, Kenyon Forney, Tyson Clabo, Sam Baker. That's the crazy part because you had McClure, Kenyon Forney, or was it Justin Blaylock? It was McClure, Justin Blaylock, and what the boy name is? Justin Blaylock, McClure, Harvey Dog, Tyson Clabo. Those guys been together, and the only person that was new to the line was Sam Baker, and we drafted him in the same draft as Matt Ryan. So we did what the Buccaneers did last year. Like they basically had the same line except for a rookie tackle. That's it. That's literally what makes your line successful. You got to have continuity. So for people that want, like I said, Gary has bad games, but every old lineman has bad games. Same with Mayfield. I'm seeing people drag Mayfield like Mayfield has definitely improved on the year. Mayfield is balling in my eyes. He still got growing pains to go through, but he's balling.
I see some type of potential. Like I see that like sometimes his hands are in the right spot and he's trying his best. Other times, it's all over the place. But it's a consistency thing. And it's crazy too, because guess who also had that same problem? Isaiah Oliver. So I'm just saying. Look, we could be talking about Jalen Mayfield possibly in the Pro Bowl. So like we gotta give it time. So
with Oliver case, like what's gonna help Mayfield because he's being coached by a guy that's an offensive line coach. But Oliver case, you played in a bad regime, and that's why things went the way it went. Now that he got put in a position to be successful before his injury, you've seen the difference in him in his play. Go ahead, Kevin.
I got some interesting stats. It's kind of going towards that AJ Terrell, Trevon Diggs thing. I just pulled some stuff up that was very interesting. I think y'all might want to hear here. Okay, we got Trevon Diggs here. Okay, we talk about. He's played at 14 games, and we know he's got 10 interceptions, right? I want y'all to hear this part. He has been targeted 94 times, giving up an average of 53.2% completion percentage on him for 790 yards on 15.8 yard points attempt. 16 yards an attempt on him.
That's crazy. Goodness gracious.
So so for every target, he's giving up almost 9 yards per target.
Do you know the quarterback passer rating when it's throwing him?
Okay, the rating on him is 56. But this is the part that I want y'all to hear. He has a missed tackle percentage of almost 20.
Hey, what?
17.5% of missed tackles.
Wait. What?
Now.
Rick, give me AJ stats.
Okay, AJ Terrell. Okay. As we know, he has 2 interceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been targeted 67 times.
So that's 30. That's already 30 targets list.
Only giving up 33 completions on 49% completion percentage. 9.8 yards per attempt, 4.8 yards per target.
Passer rating
60. He's got a 60, but you also have to think about it. He's not getting as targeted as much as Trevon Diggs, though.
That is true. It's like a whole 30. It's a 30. It's damn near 30 targets list.
And he has a missed tackle percentage of 7.5.
As a matter of fact, KStylzz, can you pull up? Wait, has Jair Alexander been healthy this year?
Nah.
No,
He been
Look at this man, Mike.
All right. Well, can we like pull up someone else's stats just to compare like what an elite corner looks like and compare it to AJ and Trevon Diggs? Because I don't think that like
Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think that those stats do him justice.
No, it ain't but really 2 or 3 guys that even compare to AJ. And that's just not that's people get so caught up in interceptions. Like that's a small part of being a and like you have to win. I was talking about this even last night on Kevin's show, which y'all guys can kind of find Thursday, his solo show. But I was talking about this. It's like you got to win the confidence of your defensive coordinator to be able to take a chance on those interceptions, because most coaches, they don't want you to take those chances. They want you to knock the ball down. They don't want you to take chances and risk a receiver catching the ball. They don't want to give that up. That's the whole premise of what Dean Pease preaching. He does not want you to give up the big play. This is why the Falcons have yet to really give up plays over 40 yards.
Yeah, we haven't given play over 40 yards all year.
All year.
I can't think
of what
one.
teach
you. We haven't given up one play touchdown this year, or at least that I can remember, because we're literally prided on playing too high coverages on traditional pass plays, and keeping stuff in front of us. Like to keep it, to put it in perspective, right? Too high shell coverages is what destroyed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, which gave Josh Allen problems midway through the season. Gave who else some problems? I think it gave one more passer some problems. But it gives those cannon arm quarterbacks problems when you play deep and force them to run the ball to get them out of there. So
Patrick Mahomes.
Hold on, we got another one. I got Jalen Ramsey's. Like these are advanced defensive stats on ProFootballReference.com, so y'all can look at them yourselves. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. We got Jalen Ramsey. He's got 3 interceptions. Been targeted 76 times with 45 completions for almost a 60% completion percentage. Now he's giving up 436 yards. Remember, this is the top corner in top corner in the league right now. On 9 yards per completion, almost 6 yards per target. Giving up a quarterback rating of 67.7.
That is literally identical to AJ Terrell. Like literally.
No, for what he's saying, really and truly, AJ Terrell better.
Exactly.
And guess what AJ Terrell doesn't have? He doesn't have Aaron Donald.
Exactly. He's getting targeted less, and the defense
He got
on the field.
Grady, but like I said, even like our front is not as good as the Rams front. So like even then, like so like it just goes to show you how much of a difference things is.
And if I'm being quite honest with you, those reps that AJ Terrell may be giving up completions in, if I'm being quite honest with you, aren't even really in man. So it's mostly in zone. So like and that just goes to show that AJ Terrell isn't even done developing. Like he could take a little bit of some tricks from Jalen Ramsey and playing some.
he got Mr. Ain't got some bad technique. He really gets. Well, he likes to jump on a lot of stuff, and that's why he ended up getting beat.
he does do some interesting stuff.
Okay.
He acts like he plays man in zone sometimes, and it tricks up with quarterback progressions. But that's like the one thing that I think I'd like to see a little bit more of AJ Terrell doing. But he's amazing.
Have y'all ever seen him play? Let's just keep it real. He jumps on a lot of routes. Have y'all seen him play against? His technique is not. He got great makeup speed, and that's what keeps him.
That's true.
Getting
he does. But one of the reasons why Jalen Ramsey was even drafted was because he was a physical specimen. So like even with like okay-ish technique on one rep, he could make up for it with speed and his strength. But in some cases, right, there's some stuff that I think is just sneaky. Like for example, like on a release when you're playing zone, you play like a man rep and then break on like a underneath pass and peel off like you're in zone, like you're actually in zone. And I think that's some stuff that AJ Terrell can, and I think already has taken a little bit of note of, but I just want to see a little bit more consistency out of that. But there's no flaws. There's no flaws.
You got to gain the confidence of your defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinators are not going to allow you to just jump on routes. That's actually bad technique. They don't teach you to take risks. All right, they don't teach you that. They teach you to stay with the receiver, how to stay with the receiver. But you got to be able to, like, once you gain that confidence to do that, i.e. a Dion, a Ed Reed, they gain the confidence of their defensive coordinator to be able to be in position to do that type of stuff.
Ooh. Let me add something on to what I was just doing. I think y'all going to like this too. There's 2 other categories I failed to make. There's 2 it's touchdowns given up, air yardage, and yak yardage. Okay, AJ Terrell has given up credited for giving up 2 touchdowns this year. The yak yardage that he has given up in 33 completions is 163 yards total.
That's damn good. For to be, how many games we done played? 14.
And I think one of those touchdowns
he's played 30. He's played 13. He's gave up 2 touchdowns.
One of those touchdowns that he gave up was a miscommunication in cover 1 wrap. So like someone was supposed to pick up his man, right? I think either that or he was supposed to stick with his man, and no one did, and it was a touchdown in the Patriots game. So I don't think one of those touchdowns isn't on him. So
yeah, and he's giving So remember, 2 touchdowns, yardage, 163 yards on 33 completions. And Trevon Diggs, let's look at this, shall we? He has given up 4 touchdowns. Wait a minute, the computer, don't do me like that, man. I'm about to throw some fire in here. He's given up almost 400 yardage and 50 completions.
400, dang. Whew. 400. Damn.
392 yardage. And for those that might not know what yardage means, yards after catch.
so once he gets burnt,
So he gave up 4.
He's giving up almost 80 yards per completion, but yardage on average of 80 yards.
That's
So
like,
basically a typical Dan Quinn defense.
He's basically DeMonte KZ right now, just playing corner.
Dang, not KZ.
I'm
when
just,
you really
I'm
think about
just
it,
saying, man. Basically, he did typical Dan Quinn defense.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You really can't name anyone in the secondary that's been productive and efficient. So
hold on. Let me look up. I gotta look up another name. Somebody done put a name in here. I gotta look up.
Nah, we gonna
No. This is for personal use. This is for personal use. We gonna look. This is for personal use.
Go ahead.
We finna go ahead and close the show for the night. But Southside, I seen what you said. We're gonna pull the numbers up in the later show.
I tried to ignore it.
No. We're not. No, we about to end the show here because goddamn, I need to go to bed. But we definitely appreciate y'all. Southside, you better remind me. You better be subscribed to 6 Man KStylzz and put that in the video.
Yes, please
put that in the video. Cause he just gave me something interesting that I need to look up.
Oh my God!
If I see this,
yeah.
Definitely appreciate everybody. Wait a minute, have I froze up? See, StreamYard tripping because I didn't expose they boy Trevon Diggs. StreamYard tripping.
StreamYard mad because they're a Cowboys fan.
Wow. Exactly. Oh my God.
He tripping. Hey, I'm like, hey dog, he tripping. Go ahead, look. But definitely appreciate Alex coming on. We got LT coming on with us. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all continue.
It was a good show. It was an informative show. I like it.
It was way more informative than I thought. And looking at some of these numbers, boy.
You see how all I'm saying is a lot of us don't need. This ain't no shot at you. Ain't no shot at you, but no, we don't need. You see how you say it's an informative show. See how I can drop numbers like that on the top of my head. This is what we do, people. This is what we do.
You got a great memory bank. I forget a lot of shit. You can pick it up like that, so I give him that. That's for damn certain.
Yeah, we're gonna like I said, until next time here at AF. Like I said, make sure you subscribe to 6 Man KStylzz as well as Atlanta Falcons Nation. And I know most of y'all subscribe to Mad Mike, but if you're not, you go and subscribe to him too. And where can they find you, LT?
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at wordplay_kid26. I'm funny.
And we see that.
We host a space at the games. We're gonna try to do some Georgia game also. The last Georgia game. Hopefully it's not the last Georgia game. We're gonna try to do that one if we have time to do it. But
this is not quarterback it is.
Oh my God! Don't. I was at I swear to God, I hate your fucking guts. He always trying to pay me back, man. That's what that free that right there was for that damn Deion Jones. I know what his ass was.
Exactly.
You know I can't stand it, little motherfucker, man. Motherfucker, fool, boy. Boy. Look, he better put on a fucking cape or something because that motherfucker. If we lose to Michigan, boy, I'm raising hell.
Hey, what's gonna happen is, boy, we gonna do the kicking it with KStylzz, and that's gonna be the cut. We're gonna do the coverage after the first couple games. Boy, that shit gonna be hilarious if Georgia lose. I hope not. Like I said, I ain't gonna say I hope not, but I'm about to say if I know I'm in a way I hope they do because we're gonna get some funny shit if they do. That's
gonna be a live rant. So y'all look.
Y'all thought I'm saving
this for live air. I'm saving for live air. Y'all better pray that we win. I'm telling you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If Georgia lose for everybody, for the most part, we try to make it a family show. But if Georgia lose, go ahead and put your kids to bed.
Ain't no family show.
Ain't gonna be family friendly that night. Go ahead and put your kids to bed. It ain't gonna be family friendly.
Exactly. This is gonna be rated. This is gonna be rated PG-13/R. For as much cussing that's gonna be. But my thing that went out of focus, man. See, I told you, man. Ever since I'm putting these numbers up with trader ideas, my shit started tripping. But until next time, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hopefully you have a great Christmas and a New Year.
Merry Christmas.
So at AFN, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the hell out of here. Boom.
Deuces. If it decides it